Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dorian Show. Guys, it's been a minute since I've done a podcast. And that's because I had to move. As you can see, I got a new studio here, which is also my apartment. You guys like this green couch? I'm out there. I'm out here now in West Hollywood. So it took me a while to get back on the pod. I mean, honestly, I was just really lazy, but I just so much stuff has happened in UFC. I just had to like shoot a podcast right now. So let's just jump back into it. I want to start right away. Talk about UFC 285. Jon Jones, Cyril Gane. I just rewatched it right now, like 5 minutes before shooting this, and dude, I just gotta say, so many amazing things have happened in the UFC. Like the last two pay-per-views were like pretty fucking amazing, guys. So let's just start talking. Jon Jones, Cyril Gane. Man, Jon Jones hasn't fought in like 3 years, I think, and now he moved up in weight class, fighting heavyweight. I mean, I went into it thinking the fight was going to be a lot closer than it actually was. I don't even know how. I know for sure it ended in the first round, but I don't even know if they fought for like even 2 minutes. There was almost like no striking. They were like tapping each other on the leg. Jon Jones got kicked in the nuts. That was the biggest hit of the game. But man, once he took Cyril Gane down, like it was game over. It was almost like Cyril Gane did not know how to wrestle at all, which was kind of weird because I think he wrestled Francis Ngannou when they fought, right? For a little bit at least. But yeah, it was quick once Jon Jones got him down, and it was got him in a guillotine and like really choked him out, dude. It's kind of crazy how Jon Jones came back right at the right time too. Like I think it was just like was it 2022 or 2021? I think it was 2022, right when Francis. That was the last time Francis fought, and he was just released from the UFC. And I gotta say, if Jon Jones didn't come back, or if he lost that fight, like no one would really care about the heavyweights, guys. Like Cyril Gane was just at the top because Francis left. But man, I'm so glad that Jon Jones won. Like, imagine if Jon Jones lost, then Cyril Gane would have been the champion, but then like no one really cared, you know what I mean? Because in the back of their minds, people are like, well, if Francis was still here, Francis would be the belt holder. But yeah, Jon Jones just looks super dominant in that fight, especially his wrestling, and I feel like the heavyweights aren't as good as what was he before? What, light heavyweight? Man, I don't know. He looks like he could be dominating still for like at least a couple more years, which is very exciting. And I mean, I'm still holding out for him and to fight Francis Ngannou one day. I still think Francis is probably, if I had to bet money, I'd still bet money on Francis. Like Francis just got like the hammer of God in his fist, like I think he could knock out Jon Jones, honestly. If I guess his wrestling gets better. His wrestling has gotten better. I mean, they're not as good as Jon Jones, but dude, Francis is such a beast. And I know he's been released from the UFC, and Dana White after the fight was like, Francis Ngannou will never fight in a UFC again. And I'm just say, don't believe that shit at all, guys. Because the one thing Dana White knows is like money. Okay, you know why he let Conor McGregor fight Mayweather before? Because the UFC got a piece of that money, dude. And if McGregor walked away with $100 million, I bet you Dana White got a pretty good payout on that as well. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense not to do the Francis Ngannou and Jon Jones fight. After, I think they will sign a contract immediately after Francis fights one of his boxing fights. I don't know if he's gonna fight Tyson Fury or not. But that's the fight everybody wants to see, right? This is what he should do. He should just fight Tyson Fury, make his 100 million, and then just come back and fight Jon Jones for the title. Okay, Dana White for sure, 100%. If Dana White could do that deal right now, he's gonna do that deal. You know why? Because the UFC is now a publicly traded company. Okay, Endeavor, we all know them. They have a huge contract with Disney. You think Disney gonna let Dana White say no to a Francis and Johnny Bone Jones fight? That's insane. You think Mickey Mouse is just gonna let Dana White get away with that? So, give me some. Where's my money, Dana? I haven't done that voice in a while, but fuck, dude, that would be such a great fight. It's kind of crazy how I haven't realized like how much I missed watching Jon Jones fight until he came back, which is kind of a crazy thing to say. I mean, they still have stars. The UFC still have stars, but Jon Jones is kind of like, I feel like he's probably like a little bit less popular than McGregor to the world, but man, I think, jeez, what a great fight. Actually, the best fight of the night, I think, was Valentina Shevchenko against Alexa Grasso. Oh my god, dude! And before I even go into it, like, can I just say how hot Alexa Grasso is? Like, I think it's like a little bit disrespectful to not say like how beautiful she is. And yeah, I know she's a killer. She's a new I don't even know what they're lightweight. I don't even know what weight class they're in. That she's the new champ. Choked out, rear naked choke on Shevchenko. It was amazing, dude. It was so great. When I first watched that first fight, I thought it wasn't close at all. I thought Shevchenko was dominating her, which is what Shevchenko was saying on Twitter afterwards. But I just watched it back right now, and it was a lot closer than I first remember. Alexa Grasso's her boxing is so amazing. Like, it's just so crisp. Like, watch, she was landing like the heavier hits on Valentina the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, Valentina would like try to throw some combos with her and doesn't really land, and then Alexa would just come back and just like snap Valentina's head back. I gotta say though, like Valentina, if they were gonna do an immediate rematch, and I think they are, and I don't think they should actually. Because you need to, like, I feel like you need to build up these fights. But if Valentina comes back, I think she's gonna win. Her wrestling was so good. Like, I was watching it again just right now, and when she got on top of Alexa, like, it was rough, dude. And yeah, Alexa probably needs to learn or do better and train better at takedown defenses. But damn, dude, Valentina just has so many weapons on her stand up. Alexa Grasso got the better boxing for sure, but Valentina could do so many things. She could box, she could kick. She's kind of a total package, except, you know, she got choked out. Man. And props to whoever Grasso's trainers are. I think her uncle's like her main trainer. But they like had a perfect game plan coming out to fight Valentina. They had her train in the southpaw, and like Valentina does like this crazy left body kick that she does, and then she goes through the head, knocking out like a lot of girls. Right? I think she knocked out Holly Holmes that way, and then she knocked out another girl. I forgot, and this girl was like seizing up like on the floor. But they were smart. They like switched it up. She was standing in the southpaw stance. That kick wouldn't be to the stomach. It would be like to her back or whatnot. So it's kind of negated that. And then they practiced, and then they had Alexa practice like taking the back when she does her spinning back kick, and that's what she did. When Valentina missed that spinning back kick, Alexa Grasso got her back. Like in less than a second, dude. She like jumped on her back, legs wrapped around her, and just like dropped her to the floor. Got the arm around the chin, you know what I mean? And just like turned her over and then choked the shit out of Valentina. Fucked. I gotta tell you, it was like watching even the second time. I got chills. I got chills the first time, and I'm like, shit, dude. Like I have like a lot of Mexican friends, and I'm not trying to like just be like, oh, guy, I got a lot of amigos out there, but I mean, a lot of my friends out here in LA are Mexican and Latinos, and I just surprisingly not too many of them are UFC fans, but I think they'll get there now. Mexico's got like 3 champions right now. Yair Rodriguez, I think, Brandon Moreno, who's like, dude, that guy's a superstar now in Mexico, and obviously Alexa Grasso. And dude, it gave me chills, man. And you know what? It was even more than when Brandon Moreno beat Davison Figueiredo the first time. And that's because I think Valentina is probably like pound for pound one of the best women fighters ever. She is that good, and Alexa Grasso did like that. The impossible, honestly. Like, jeez, I'm so mad at California for not letting me like do sports betting. Like, oh my gosh, I think right before the fight, Alexa Grasso was plus 850, dude. I would have bet $100 just in the name of love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been up $850 right now, just balling out of control. Just, you know how many steaks I could buy for $850? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot. That's a lot of steak. That might be half a year of ribeyes that I could be eating, man. But it's crazy. It was crazy. She was so happy. It was just like, rah! And I was happy for her. I was so I wanted my friend to watch that fight so bad. She was and Dana White, don't come after me for this, okay? But like my friend was like, oh, I don't know how to watch this. My husband like went to go get medicine, and I was like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna FaceTime you. I never FaceTime anybody. I'm gonna FaceTime you the screen I'm watching from, so you could like witness like this amazing fight. I mean, I thought Alexa Grasso was gonna get murdered, but she proved everybody wrong, proved me wrong, shocked the world. Dude, I just want like Mexico to like love UFC as much as they love boxing. Like, we know like the Mexican fans are the only reason why boxing still exists. It's like Mexican fans and then Jake Paul fights, which I know you'd hate. You hate to admit it, but that's the truth. But can you imagine if all like the Mexican fans got into UFC? Oh my god, dude, it would be amazing. It would be amazing. It would be like it reminds me of like how sometimes Conor McGregor's fans, like the Irish fans, would fly to Vegas, and they would from Ireland, they'll come to Vegas just to watch Conor McGregor fight. There are already like so many Mexicans here in California and Vegas, dude. Imagine if they packed out the arenas to watch Brandon Moreno and Alexa Grasso. It'll be amazing. They probably need bigger fighters. They probably need like a heavyweight, like Mexican fighter to really bring in the fans, dude. Because these big boys hit different, dude. I mean, it's nice that Brandon Moreno like beat Davison Figueiredo pretty handedly the last time, but they're just two little guys, and something's different when you see like heavyweights, like 200-pounders just beating the shit out of each other. But yeah, I hope they don't do an immediate rematch with Valentina and Alexa Grasso, because honestly, I think Valentina would take it, and she'll probably win. And it doesn't. I was watching this. I think it might be it was Ariel Helwani who was saying like how when Amanda Nunes was beat by what was her name? Too many names. Juliana Pena. When Juliana Pena beat Amanda Nunes, like, it was great, but then like once they did the rematch, it was almost as if Juliana Pena never won. Like, it just kind of erased that, and I don't want that to happen for Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. I think they should just do at least one. I would say even like 2 fights beforehand before they meet again. You know what I mean? And you could just feed people that are weaker than them to come fight. I mean, Erin Blanchfield is there. She could. I don't really want Erin. A lot of people are like, maybe Erin Blanchfield should get to fight Grasso, and I'm like, oh shit, that would be a good fight, and I honestly think Aaron Blanchfield would win, but I'm such a Alexa Grasso fan. Like, you guys already know, just simping for her, and I don't want her to lose the belt that fast. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather they just give someone else like a. Okay, this is what they should do. They should just give everybody like a weaker opponent. Alexa Grasso gets someone else. Valentina gets someone else. I don't want Valentina fighting Shevchenko fighting Aaron Blanchfield either, because I think Aaron Blanchfield could beat her. So yeah, I wouldn't have them fight. Everybody else gets another opponent. And then after that, Aaron Blanchfield will fight whoever the champ is. May that be the girl who beats Alexa or Alexa, right? And Alexa and Blanchfield fights. And then the winner of that person fights Valentina. That would be amazing, dude. That would be amazing. Man. I gotta say, like, the women's division is like really, really good, and it sucks. It sucks that they rarely ever headline, the fight unless it's Amanda Nunes, But that division is crazy. Aaron Blanchfield, Valentina, Alexa Grasso. Got some killers, guys. Got some killers. They should just put them all on the same card. That'd be crazy. What else I want to talk about? Oh, yeah. Jeff Neal against this guy from Kazakhstan. What's his name? Rakhmonov? Dude. Welterweight battle. This dude, the last 3 fights of UFC 285 was like so amazing. So this guy from Rakhmonov from Kazakhstan. Dude, are there Asian people in Kazakhstan? Are they even Asian? I don't even know, dude. But this guy looks Asian to me, and I'm ready to ride for any Asian guy in the UFC, because we're not doing so well, guys. Okay, and let me say, dude, this guy is so good. Is welterweight the same division as Kobe Covington and Hamzat Chimaev? Dude, what a great weight class, dude. Dude, the men's are great too, not just the women. You know what I mean? Like the one under that, who's Islam's weight class, is good. The one above it is good. Dude, the UFC. I used to think the UFC would be done without like Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey, but I'm wrong, dude. Like once you become a fan, there's so many fighters that are just likable, and they're all like on the brink of stardom. Anyway, this Kazakhstan guy was fighting Jeff Neal, dude. He was fucking murdering him, dude. He was just, dude. Jeff Neal is like no walk in the park either. Jeff Neal almost knocked him out, actually, I think. But this guy's like strikes were so precise. He was just like pow pow. Just a very well-rounded striker. You know what I mean? Like, he was just punching him, fucking jabs, dude, stiff jabs to Jeff Neal's face. He was kicking him in the head over and over again, kneeing him, kick him in the body. Fuck, dude, he was just killing Jeff Neal. Did I mention he kind of looks Asian, dude? I fucking love that. And when Jeff Neal came back, I feel like Jeff Neal stumbled him. I don't think he was at risk of getting knocked out, but this Jeff Neal punched him hell hard. And then the same round, was this guy's name, Rakhmonov, like choked out Jeff Neal standing up. Just choked him out. Like, he passed out standing up, which is insane, guys. Which is insane. Anyway, fuck, dude. The UFC is putting some great stuff. And I kind of wish they would do more with their fight nights. Like, their UFC pay-per-views are on point, dude. Dana White, good job. But their fight nights, like, I'm not even, maybe it's because I'm casual, like I don't really care about the other fighters, but I mean, you guys could do main events for those smaller fights. Like, yeah, Paddy to Baddie could probably headline one of those. And I get it, like, he's really not as good as everyone thought, because he should have lost that last fight. But he could headline. You put him. They could put what's his face is bad. Cody Garbrandt is bad. Like you could put all these guys in on a fight night, and then open up to the public. Like stop. I guess they want to keep it into where were they fighting in the smaller octagon? I forgot what it was called. But basically, there's no crowds, and that's or the crowds there's like 20 people. You get a VIP pass for like $3,000, and it's dude, those suck. You need to do it in a bigger arena and get people to come out. And I know like the cost of getting the T-Mobile Center in Vegas is probably expensive to run that place for like I don't know how many people it sees like 50,000 people or more. Like that'll be pretty hard financially, but like do the fight. Oh, it's called the Apex, right? The smaller one where it's like close to the public, maybe like 100 people max. Like don't do the Apex anymore. Just like travel, dude. Do the fight nights somewhere else that people don't get a lot of fights, like Arizona or California. So what? It'll be a little small crowd, but you want the fan action there, dude. It's just sell tickets for dirt cheap. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. What else I want to... Oh! UFC 284. I know this is quite a while ago, but I still want to talk about it. Islam Makhachev against... what's his name? Alexander Volkanovski, dude. Jeez, that was another great fight, too. Oh, my God. But I got to say... so many people online and all my friends were like texting me that day, and they're like, oh, I think Volkanovski won. And I'm like... No, dude. Like I mean, I admit I haven't watched that fight back, but like during that whole fight, I was like, Islam's winning most of these rounds. Okay, sure. Volkanovski, I think, dropped him one time. You know what I mean? Like, but then like so did Islam. Islam dropped him too, and I feel like Islam had more memorable strikes. You know what I mean? Like I remember like the freaking knees to the head, the kick to the stomach. Yeah, Islam. I think Islam fought. And I know a lot of people say like Islam like took him down and didn't really do much of it, but takedown's a takedown, dude. If you're locking, if he's so good, he could get up. But if you get locked down, dude, like the points is going to another guy. Islam was looking tired though, and I have not seen Islam Makhachev look tired in a long time, and I think it's because he fucking finishes people hella fast, but. Dude, Volkanovski has a gas tank. He does not get tired at all. And that last round, he was on top, and he was just pummeling Islam. So I get it. I mean, he's finished strong, but if you're looking at a 5-round fight, like Alex Volkanovski lost, and if they were, I think, I don't know if Islam want to run it back immediately, but I think, and Volkanovski went up a weight class to fight him, so I think maybe have Volkanovski defend back at whatever weight class he is, and then come back and fight Islam again, because that fight has to happen again. And I'm not sure if Volkanovski would win. I think it'll be more decisive. It's kind of like when Kobe fought what's his name? Dude, I can't think of names anymore, dude. But anyway, Usman. When Kobe Covington fought Usman the first time, even though Kobe was like, there was stoppage, he was getting knocked out. The second fight was like not as close. Like he didn't get knocked out, but the first fight was closer than the second fight. With Volkanovski, like I'm a little afraid of that. Like I'm a huge Volkanovski fan. He's probably one of my favorite active fighters right now. But I'm like, dude, I don't know if he'll get the win. I mean, he did say he felt like he was way stronger than Islam. So maybe that maybe he'll do more when they're in wrestling or when they're grappling with each other. Maybe he'll try to out wrestle Islam, which I don't know will happen, but maybe if he says he's stronger than Islam, maybe he can pull it off. And then the other thing is, I'm like, I don't know. Now that they've fought each other, like Islam might be able to beat him even easier, because you can say whatever you want about Islam, but his wrestling is really good. And if he could choke out a Volkanovski, like that almost happened, by the way. You guys remember that Brian Ortega fight between Volkanovski? Like, dude, Alex was sounding weird when Brian Ortega was just like, but I don't know, dude. I don't know. But I'm excited for it. I do think Alex Volkanovski should fight Islam again if Alex Volkanovski is still the belt holder and Islam is still holding his belt, like after maybe 1 or 2 fights from each guy, they should fight again. In the meantime, give my homie Dustin Poirier a fight, dude, against Islam, dude. I mean, Dustin got fucking choked out by Khabib and fuck, what's his name? Anyway, give him a chance. You just don't get choked out again, Dustin, dude. It feels like the last couple times when he got choked out, it felt like he wasn't even trying too hard, which kind of sucks. But yeah, what are the next fights that are coming? Iggy's playing. Israel Adesanya is fighting the guy who knocked him out again. Jeez. That's going to be a good one. I think it's coming up April 8th or 4th or some shit. I'm excited for that, dude. Michael Chandler against Conor McGregor. That would be a good one. That's going to be a good one too, man. History should tell you that Michael Chandler should probably win, but oh man, Michael Chandler is like so dumb when he fights. Like he sounds real good, but he just goes in there and he's trying to go for a knockout. You know what I mean? He's always gets caught. He always gets caught, dude. You know what I mean? Dustin Poirier like pieced him up. A bunch of other people beat him up. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean he almost took out a Brazilian guy. I can't remember his name right now. Fucking killer, but yeah, anyway, Michael Chandler's beatable. You know, and I don't know, Conor hasn't fought in a while, you know what I mean? He came back and he got knocked out by Dustin. He came back again, broke his leg. Like he hasn't even had like a real fight since in a long time. And Michael Chandler is not a walk in the park. But he's still beatable because Conor's a great counter striker. So yeah, I think Conor could still beat him. I think it'll be if Conor McGregor comes out the underdog, I doubt he will. Like, bet on him. And if Michael Chandler is like a heavy underdog, like bet on him, dude, because it's both doable. I think if Michael Chandler comes out and tries to wrestle Conor, like he'll probably have a better chance to win. But if he's coming out gun blazing, just swinging his arms, like which he likes to do, like he might get caught. You know what I mean? So if Michael Chandler comes out wrestling, fight smart, I think he'll beat Conor McGregor. But he hasn't been doing that, guys. He hasn't been doing that. We could get some water here. Dude. Alright, now that the UFC's out of the way, I just kind of, if you guys can't tell already, out here, by my background, I got a new spot. I moved. I was doing a lot of these podcasts out in San Francisco. Surprise, you guys caught me. I moved to West Hollywood for the comedy, guys. I moved to West Hollywood for comedy. A lot of people that don't know I'm doing comedy, they're like, oh, okay. Like they're like, cause I'm like, I'm going to West Hollywood, guys. They're like, oh, I wonder what you're out there for. And if you guys don't know, like West Hollywood got like a lot of fellas that loves the fellas, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? I think like 40%, they say 40% of guys living in West Hollywood are gay, which I'm totally fine with because that's more ladies for me. But yeah, I haven't asked any ladies out yet. So nervous. Anyway, I've been doing comedy out here for like 2 months now in LA, and I gotta say, I mean, again, I got into like a bringer show, but I'm just doing mics right now, and I gotta say, there's a lot more mics out here than in San Francisco, and the quality of the mics are a little better because they just straight up tell people a lot of places like, we want you all to stay, and people are like, all right, we'll stay, we'll just stay and watch everyone. A lot of the mics out here in LA are paid like $3 to $5, which I know a lot of people hate that. Almost all of the mics in San Francisco are free. But there's only a handful of them. And quality is not as good, you know, but in LA there's a bunch of good mics. Like they have open mics at the Hollywood Improv, and it's bucket system, so it's pretty fair if you get up or not. And the bookers there. I mean, I've been there like I go there at least twice a week, and I've gone on like most times than not, and I haven't impressed the booker yet. But at least she's there. Like I know, like if she thinks you're funny, she'll put you on one of her shows, maybe. Which I don't. There's more of a path out here than San Francisco. You know what I'm just saying? Like in San Francisco, I feel like you just gotta go to the punchline, go there for like a year, and hopefully they'll put you on one of their Sunday showcase, and hopefully they like you enough, and then you can start performing there. But that's such like it takes so long, and you have to get chosen basically to even get on Sundays. And they're like, you have to be here for at least 15 months, and maybe we'll give you 5 minutes, which is kind of insane. Even though I've known people that got up like 6 months in, but you know what I mean. A lot of it is like who you know and who likes you, which is also the same thing in LA. But like, I feel like there's more of an opportunity for like the improv has 2 open mics Tuesday and Wednesdays, and bookers there most of the time on both days, and that's every time you get up, that's an opportunity to like get her to like you, you know. And the crowd kind of sucks though. The improv crowd sucks. Is people aren't trying to laugh for you, you know what I mean, because they're all trying to impress the bookers. Although there are a couple times they did laugh, so maybe I just need to get better. I got on to improv a bunch of times. I was able to get into the Comedy Store for their open mic, which is really popular too, which is super nice because it's a packed room. Like the Comedy Store got a packed room of like live audience. So I was performing in front of like, I don't know how big the OR is, but probably like, I'm guessing at least like 60 to 80 people, and I did really well. Not me, and I didn't want to brag, but like for 3 minutes I did really well that day. And dude, that feeling makes you want to continue doing comedy. Those are very rare and far in between when you're just killing in the whole room, everyone's laughing. Like that's very rare, you know what I mean? Like open mics, I've done good sets of open mics where I would get laughs, but it's not like, it's different when you get a live audience and they're just like boom, 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 you know. And I've only experienced that a couple times, right? And San Francisco Bay Area, when I was doing like, when I first started my show, and then doing a couple of my friends' shows, like those were, sometimes they weren't that good, but like there were a couple of times when the crowd was good and my jokes were good, and that match, like, oh, nothing feels better than that. But yeah, there's just a bunch of celebrities out here in LA. I was the first time I went to check out the Comedy Store. I was just hanging out outside, and there were just celebrities walking around, you know what I mean? And I was trying to keep it cool, you know, because I am cool. And like, I'll see like Neil Brennan walk by, and I was just like, oh, cool, Neil Brennan. And then you had Judd Apatow walk by. Like Judd Apatow is huge, right? He's director of all these fucking movies, and he's walking. I was just like, oh, what? It's Judd Apatow, ooh. Right? Not that I ignored him, but I wasn't like geeking out. And then I saw Tim Dillon, who's a giant. Shout out Tim Dillon, nice truck, dude. And I was like, oh, cool, dude. It's just Tim Dillon, whatever. And then in the corner of my eye, I was just like, I hear just like pitter patter, right? Little footsteps. I turn over, man. I was like, oh, dude, is that an Asian leprechaun? No, it wasn't. It was Bobby Lee. And I was like, oh shit, dude. I was geeking out when I saw him. I was like, yo, Bobby. I rarely like ever geek out on like celebrities like that. Not that I've met a lot of them, but like I know, like me personally, I wouldn't give a shit about most celebrities. Like they could walk across the street. Like if Brad Pitt was across the street and just like chilling there, like I wouldn't even cross the street to talk to him. Because I'm like, I don't give a shit. But dude, but for some reason, Bobby Lee, I don't know if it's because he's an Asian comedian or what, but I was just like, yo, Bobby. And he was super nice. You know, he came by, he like gave me a fist bump. He's like, I don't even remember what he said. He gave me a fist bump, and later he like walked by, he like winked at me. I was like, yo, what's up, Bobby? But yeah, dude, he killed that. I watched them. The people that are memorable that night, Judd Apatow, Tim Dillon, and Bobby Lee were all in the same show that night, and Tim Dillon and Judd Apatow did all right. Judd Apatow was doing like, I mean, he's probably done by now. I don't know if he was doing the Oscars or the Grammy. Oscars probably. He was doing like the Oscar speech, and he was practicing his jokes. Tim Dillon did okay, dude, but Bobby murdered that room in the main room in the Comedy Store. I was like a comic, so I sat like all the way in the back, and the back of the main room almost feels like it was separate from the room. You know what I mean? Like you almost feel like you're out of it. But Bobby was killing so hard. Like he only did like probably like 10, 15 minutes, and after he was done, I was so tired from laughing. It was crazy. I was just like, oh my god. And like that's like high level comedian. I mean, there are other comedians that night too that kind of sucked. You know what I mean? But I mean, comedy is so subjective. Like, there's no secret to comedy. Like, whatever's there, like you could see it. You could see their jokes. Like, they're not even like magicians. Even though they're performing, they're like doing sleight of hand tricks. Like, there's no concealing comedy. It's just all out there. Like, everybody sees the same thing. You know what I mean? But there's something with like the jokes, the delivery, the personality of the person. Like, it has to come. I feel like sounding such a snob, but it has to come together like perfectly. You know what I mean? Like, I could just take all of Bobby Lee's jokes that day and I could just repeat them out and they wouldn't kill. Like, I'll probably bomb. And you know what I mean? And then you could pretend, you could act like Bill Burr out there. You could act like Louis. And I don't know. Like, so much of it is, a lot of it is the jokes. You need to have good jokes or premises or stuff that are funny. You know, not everything needs a punchline. I realize that. Like, knowing how to tell jokes with good punchlines is definitely a good thing. Like, you need to learn that, but also the delivery of what you're saying, the stuff that you're saying, if it's just like sometimes the premise would just get people to laugh, or the way you present yourself gets people to laugh. And I'm still learning all of that because I'm pretty shitty, but I'm still doing it. Tonight I'm going to go to improv, trying to get on. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to end it right there. Thank you guys for listening to this far. I don't know if you imagine you guys tuning in. You're like, what the fuck? This guy's just talking about UFC for the first 20 minutes and then talking about doing comedy? Like, who gives a shit? I do, guys. I do. But anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you guys later. Hey, make sure to subscribe, subscribe, do whatever you do. All right. Peace.